Wasson from CreativeGuitarStudio.com. So let me ask you a question. How often do you go and change the tuning of your guitar into an open tuning? Most of us will hardly ever do this. We tend to keep standard tuning and we just leave the guitar like that. But you know, changing the tuning into what's called open tunings can be a great way to expand the knowledge of an important area of study, which is the study of intervals on the guitar neck. So when we tune to an open chord, we have to view the guitar neck in a new way, and to do that we use intervals. So many of you who already follow my channel already know that I've done videos in the past on open tunings of G open, D open tuning. I did the open tuning of D sus4, and I've also done a video on the open E tuning, but this time we're going to check out a unique sound that I have for you today. It's based upon the tuning of open C. So in getting started, the first thing that we'll need to learn is how to place the guitar into open C tuning. Now essentially what we're really doing here is tuning all of our open strings to the harmony of a C major chord. And to do this, it's very straightforward. We're just going to begin by starting on the low 6th string, and we're going to drop that string down to a C tone. So we need that to go down 2 whole steps to the sound of a C. So now we got our C down. Let's check out the next string here, because on the open 5th string, what we're going to do next is take that A tone down a whole step to a G. Now we got that one done. Let's move to the next string. We're going to drop our 4th guitar string down a whole step from the D down to a C tone. So we need that to sound like C. All right, so we got that one taken care of. Now luckily the 3rd string is going to stay the same. Open string, 3rd string, G. But the 2nd guitar string is actually going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be raised up a half step to a C. So we need the B string to come up by way of a half step. It's not very much. Normally you don't want to increase the tension on strings, but in this case, it being a half step is not a big deal. And luckily the 1st guitar string just stays the same as an E. You got a really nice chord there. Now, of course, you're going to need to do this a few times. I have had this guitar in standard tuning for a long time. This is the first time I'm dropping it into C. So you're going to have to retune, have a tuner on. I have this, snark tuner clamped onto the headstock, but I'll have to go through it again. See, already my 6th string has gone sharp, and you just have to kind of keep an eye on things for a while till the guitar settles down. Eventually it'll get into place and you'll be able to start working on all your jamming and your chord progressions and everything else. All right, now that we've established our open C tuning, the next thing to do is learn a few of the popular chord shapes that are common to open C. The first thing that I like doing when I have an open tuning is learning the intervals of the relative chord quality of the tuning. So for our case here, we're in C major, so the relative minor for C major is going to be A minor. And one of the more common shapes for A minor in this tuning looks like this. Okay, the next chord that I would be searching for when I'm in any new open tuning that I'm unfamiliar with would generally be the 5 chord of the harmony of whatever the tuning is, and in open C, the 5th chord is a G. So for that, what we're going to do is use open 5th string, 2nd fret of the 4th, and then add in this tone here with the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So it's a relatively small shape for the G major, but that's our G major layout. The next chord that I like to scope out is the 4th degree chord, which in this case is an F. So a really popular F major chord that you're going to find in open C tuning is just a simple bar across the upper strings here of the neck. Now you could effectively go, for all 6, but the low string, really makes it quite boomy and, overwhelming. You could probably go off of the 5th string if you wanted, but Most commonly, it's built off the 4th guitar string. And, think about it this way too. That's an F major. Up a whole step is a G major, which is another, important chord within the key. We were just doing a G down over here, but you could take that G as a major up over there too on 7th fret, so there's an option. But also, one other chord that's really important to me when I'm building progressions is the 2nd degree chord harmonized out. And I find that in open C, you get a nice option here of having a minor 7, so you could do that off of the 1st position here. You get a chance to have that open 2nd string C in there too. That's the tone actually creating the minor 7 effect out of the chord. Nice color there for that one. And if you want a sort of a impression of an E minor, you could do this idea of taking the shape of the D minor up a whole step. The only thing is this, really, that chord, when you do it in that 3rd position like that, it's more like a C major 7 chord in 1st inversion. So it does give the impression, though, of a minor, of a E root minor. So, remember that your 4th guitar string, in the layout here is a C, and then you got D right there on 2nd fret, and then E is up here on 4th fret. This is what I mean, too, about, going through the neck and understanding the intervals that we have in the new tunings. It really makes it quite easy to start laying out and understanding and, checking out the parameters of all the chord shapes that you're going to be using to create songs. Hey, I know we're only halfway through this video, but I wanted to stop for just a moment and let you know about the guitar courses over on my website at creativeguitarstudio.com. I've got step-by-step beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses that all work alongside of in-depth elective guitar programs to form the best guitar courses available online. The courses work to help you identify what's required to get you up to that next level of guitar playing in a very organized step-by-step way that just simply makes sense. So I look forward to helping you further at creativeguitarstudio.com. Let's get back to this lesson on open C tuning. Now at this point we have 4 chord types that are all important harmonic degrees off the established open C tuning, and we can go and combine them with the open strings, which of course generates our open C chord in this case. And altogether now we have 5 chords, and that's more than enough to start composing some progressions within this open tuning. We could also take these chords and harmonize other pieces of music that we might want to sing or record or even perform with other musicians, but that part is entirely up to you. Right now, for our examples in this video, I want to go and combine some of these chords together and create a couple of chord progressions so you can understand just how easy it is to apply these chords and make up some riffs in open C tuning. Progressions are quite straightforward, with the small exception of the second one that, as you likely noticed, I shifted a couple of our chord patterns laterally along the neck. And this is one of those really nice aspects of using an open tuning, because once you discover both the intervals and the harmonic qualities of a few chord patterns in the new open tuning, you can just slide patterns around, in most cases laterally around the neck, and establish some interesting new sounds that will generally hold true to the overall harmonic function of our initial chord shape. And in the second progression I moved an F up to a G. That one was simple because it didn't involve any open strings, so it was a very easy move. And I also moved up that D minor 7 chord. I took it up a whole step. That was giving me a C major 7 with E in the bass, which is a first inversion of C major 7 chord, but it's pretty much functioning in a similar way and a similar color as the quality of an E minor chord. So it's kind of, it's interesting what you can do and what kind of sounds you get with open tuning tunings that a lot of times are not available with standard tuning. Now, of course, you don't really need to know a lot about all of the music theory behind the chord names. It's good to know it, but I mean, if you didn't want to learn it or you just don't know it at this point in time, it's fine, because, you know, in the end, you can just use your ear and kind of decide what sounds good to you, and perhaps if something doesn't sound so great, don't use it, but you can use the chords that I've shown you as a way to get started and go further and just get creative with the whole process in this tuning. Well, as always, thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And remember to hit that bell when you subscribe so that you never miss another one of my uploads here on YouTube. Until next time, take care, and we'll catch up again on the next video. Bye for now. When it comes to online guitar lessons, there's no place better than CreativeGuitarStudio.com. General membership to the site is always free, and paid memberships to access our step-by-step beginner, intermediate, and advanced guitar programs are offered in reasonable monthly and annual packages. Skype lessons are also available if you need more specific instruction one-on-one to discuss the finer details of your guitar playing. Sign up today at CreativeGuitarStudio.com. I've got 25 years experience teaching guitar and have written a well-organized step-by-step guitar course. Head over to my website at CreativeGuitarStudio.com and sign up for a free membership today. Join the thousands of members worldwide who have already enrolled. There's no need to try learning the guitar on your own. Let me help you become the best guitar player that you can be.